both of these teams. But now that fourth pick, again, both sides definitely still needing a support at least.
Yep.
And then possibly a mid. So yeah, drafting very similar in the roles here.
Definitely, they have, yeah, that's for sure. I guess Salvois can potentially mid as well as Midas, but it's probably not going to happen. The Fusion did have a look at the previous game here and can definitely determine, what went wrong, and with the guard vision that we have if we watch from Honcast. So yeah, I think he has a plan in mind.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, coming back and seeing your team lose like that, especially as the captain, that's got to be something, the drafter for that matter too. So wanted to change it up to what he's more comfortable with now. Exactly, kind of analyzing that, I'm sure. So back here, and we're still waiting for that fourth pick now from LGT. Putting some good thought into this one.
Yep.
Kind of.
Not really sure what they could go with here. They need kind of that mid. They could go for a really strong dual mid, but maybe also something that can support bottom a little bit. But honestly, they don't need that because they're going Vindicate again. Because Magebeam is going to do it just fine against Behemoth. That shouldn't be too hard of a matchup. If they pull him a little bit region, he should be fine and just free farm, basically, or at least farm well 300. Vindicator again. That's interesting. It screams to me that that's a short lane supporting Vindicator, and BMG could kind of punish whatever comes mid now, if they want to, but it's some kind of dual mid of themselves that has potential to kill Pebbles Prisoner. Prisoner is banned, but there's still Pebbles available. Could be a good Pebbles game.
Yeah, Vindicator again. I don't know what to think about that this time around. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really know what to think about it the last game either, but I guess that's the Tempest counter. There is that good purpose there. But yeah, going up against a Silhouette who's going to have a Null Stone already, so it won't really affect her too much, you figure.
That's true. Yeah, but I guess if someone manages to take it off, then if you get that ulti off and then she can't swap or something like that, because usually you don't have that shrunken head on Silhouette anytime. It takes a while before you get it. You want a damage item. The Null Stone Shield Breaker Blink kind of seems like a new go-to, and then you don't have that shrunken head that fast to really make sure that Vindicate ulti is not interrupting you for anything. Yeah.
Is there any way where we don't see an NG here, final pick? I feel like it's setting up for that for BMG. I mean, they even go flex there.
They need a support, and it's probably going to lane with Flux, so they have potential to kill. I guess it could be NG, because Legion side is definitely short laning 2 heroes, and they're going with the Magmus mid or Magmus off lane, Magmus Midas, vice versa, on mid and top. Mm-hmm. It's pretty clear-cut lanes, so they have the potential to win 2 lanes if they want to. Win mid, win top, and then go even in the jungle, and then Behemoth is going to do just fine in the off lane. So with that said, I benefit them coming out of the drafting here, but they really need that support that can help mid and make sure that they win there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're actually putting a lot more thought into it than I would have, thought, but again, really, if anything, kind of looking through everything and making sure they're comfortable with that choice, but I mean, maybe it won't be. Maybe they will kind of change it up here, be a little bit different. Would be expected, but
he's just very strong. Yeah.
Gonna have to choose in the next 15 seconds. So it's a matter of Fuson what not only he wants to draft here, but very likely play. I mean, that's part of it too. That's what he'll end up with, of course. So. It's going to be a Glacius, okay. They go with the Glacius instead.
Yeah. Has that long range slow, so they can slow, and then Flux might be able to pull the target in, but that's probably going to be a Magmus mid then, or Midas. And I'm not sure if that's going to give them kill potential, but it's an okay hero, but I'm not sure it's the best one. Honestly, I'm agreeing with you. Engineer would be better, in my opinion. Vindicate also is also going to make sure that he's not going to have too much of an impact. And he's going to struggle with positioning when that comes out.
All right. We got our lineups now for our final game here. Here we go. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I was going to say, yeah, they said that they're going to need a pause here, but I know. Now BMG needs a pause. So, never mind. Okay, apparently one of the players AFK. So, into the laning phase we'll go here. But yeah, back-to-back games, a support Vindicator. And actually, you know, that kind of brings up an interesting point about, or I remember we joined a game the other day, and it actually was a support Vindicator. And I almost want to say it might have been LGT. Like, and these guys, if that's the case, especially, you know, we've also seen them run. They ran Witch Slayer, I think, even against you guys.
Yeah.
As a support. So yeah, definitely that support role there. They do some funky stuff here.
Yeah, that's true.
Different than the norm.
It does make the lanes a bit weak, but I mean, the game they played against us, we went full greed with the lanes, and we got punished as we kind of should against the Magnus Midas.
Yeah.
And didn't work out for us in that game, at least. But yeah, it does make your lanes weak because it doesn't really offer anything, as you saw last time. Vindicator is just kind of there, disarms for a little bit, but that's kind of it. You don't have a stun or anything to set up kills either. It's kind of like a Cersei almost.
Yeah, that
You will shine in late game. Yeah.
Yeah, very true. It's kind of that extreme example of Cersei. Pretty weak early on.
Yep.
But very good late. Okay.
Exactly. I'm not saying the heroes are similar in any way. Just that's where they go, where they shine when the hero's good, and that's a late game for sure.
Yeah.
For both of you. Yeah.
Looking at the lanes here.
So it's okay. It's Tempest back here, so no more Ninja Curdy here.
Yep. Oh yeah, Tempest on their side. So yeah, as you mentioned, Fusen. Yeah, it's kind of funny how the Ringer had 2 different games today. Well, one for a different player each time, but I guess just had to make adjustments.
I'm a little surprised about that ward from Crazer because that doesn't really show anything. It shows the riverside here, but you kind of see that anyways. He has to chop down that tree at some point.
I was gonna say.
It's not gonna do anything.
Yeah. If he chops down the tree, then I guess it would see, you know.
You see a support on the side, but if you see Tempest on this ward, then the time you see it, if you're like all the way up in the top left side, then it's probably too late. But yeah, at least it's not gonna be countered.
Look at Glacius over here. That's interesting. Okay. It's almost like he was kind of standing around the Ancients over here. It's like wondering, is he going to actually like try to block them, stay around that whole time? But nope, he just places the ward aside at the Ancients.
Yeah, he's just waiting for the 2-minute mark, then that ward sees double runes, or triple runes actually. And it's gonna spot rotations from the offlane coming mid, and it's a pretty good ward.
So now we got our matchups showing here. We have Midas versus Flux middle lane. Battle of the strength-ranged carries, or strength range, I should say. Not necessarily carries, but strength-range heroes going at it. Yeah. So not one we get to see often.
Yeah, Magnus is gonna be dancing around here for some experience. He's gonna have a rough time. Whereas B is gonna have free reign for the experience right now, but he should also start struggling at some point. Indicator is stacking.
See bottom, Magebane versus that Behemoth. Masatoshi on the Magebane, and so putting the auto attacks into Behemoth, actually getting that mana burn affecting early on. In fact, Vindicator's coming down here now. He's going to start harassing Behemoth. Taking a little bit of time, but guess he was stacking the jungle there, it looks like. Yep. So he's setting that up for Salforus, who can definitely do those stacks pretty effectively. Nice teamwork there. Yeah, I guess really out of all the junglers, it's like Salforus and Legionnaire are really the 2 that could definitely use stacked jungles and do it very well.
Yeah. I like that he's stacking the right one here for Salforus, because when he hits that level 4 mark, he's gonna start doing that. And, he can also pull the medium camp. He actually has a wolf commander, so he could do it right here, but he's gonna triple it. And, can't really argue with that. The stack to the right is gonna miss. Sometimes the creeps are a bit weird when you run down this path here. Yeah.
I noticed that he snuck through the trees right there. That's unfortunate. But got one at least. Setting up for Salforus again to have a very good start here, and that could be a Pretty big deal for them. Make's got his striders, and that means he's going to start moving now. He's going to that middle lane, actually. Was he seen? Well, he definitely is now. Got a ward of sight down at least, but is going to be boxed out by Lord Self-Forest there. Top lane, Magnus. He's in a tight spot, actually. He's dead. Bloodlust kill in favor of Baltazar there. Obviously not an easy matchup there.
No, it's a rough one. I'm still surprised that Glacier's actually up here instead of being mid, because I think Baltazar can win this on his own. But he definitely can't now, and Glacier's, he can't really go mid anymore at all.
Yeah, well, yes, I was watching that. I mean, really, it's double damage flux, man. It's a lot of damage, and especially with that W, the magnetic surge. Obviously, Fissure Stun also even helped a little bit, but honestly, without, I think he might have even got the kill without it. So maybe that has a little bit to do with it too. I guess Flux, probably matches up pretty well against Midas, and he's kind of showing here.
Yeah, it's a strong one-on-one hero. Kind of in the past, we were like, okay, what hero is actually good against Flux, and you're kind of like, But then, there's Riptide today now. But
true.
Flux is one of the stronger ones as well.
Yeah, and again, both happen to be the strength range heroes. So, both pretty tanky, but Flux happening to get the better start now. That big kill, so it's more good news for BMG, and actually their lead's pretty hefty early on here. Only 4 minutes in, they already got a 2,000 gold lead. It's decent to have. As top again, Magnus could be in more trouble. There's a freeze. Is that enough damage for the kill initially? It almost is. Yes, it is. Wow.
Yeah. At this point, he should stop going up here and just start trying to roam mid or something. But Flux already got a head start mid as well, so you can't really gank too well there. They need more support, but Vindicator can't really offer that. I think also first actually killing the stacks down here. I think Vindicator should have pulled again, and then it gives him very close to level 4, if not level 4. And then he might be able to assist better in terms of killing mid. But, yeah, the lineup is really not cut out for losing this early, because there's really no bounce back potential. Mage Ping is not gonna help you. Neither is the Vindicator, and the Forest kind of wants to farm right now. Yeah, it's just gonna be really rough for Magnus, and Midas too, I guess.
Yeah, gonna be pretty greedy game basically here early on for LGT. So minimizing the deaths is definitely gonna be important, and obviously trying to keep farm at the very least on Mage Main going, as of course has that very good late game potential. But long time before he hits that mark, so
yeah.
I'm gonna wait for that. Swagsta though on that Lord Self-Forest is finishing off these stacks here, and there we go. 340 GPM all of a sudden. Bumps up there. So he is looking pretty good with how he's farming, but yeah, Silhouette really up there. 460. Gonna push the tower here even a little bit.
Yep. I don't see her leaving the top lane anytime soon. She's just gonna keep pushing and starting from now on here. Closing in on Sustainer.
Oh, Magnus just putting some damage out, stunning him right there. Flux actually pulls in the middle lane, going for the kill out of Midas. Tempest running in, has an Elemental Void. Not even close to necessary though. Ends up being a good execution for the kill. And Bell Music playing the Midas there ends up going down. So yeah, especially if those heroes that ideally you'd want to be, active early on and making some plays are dying, this really is looking very good for BMG as far as the start's concerned.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Yeah, 6 minutes in and it's almost 4,000, 3.6k lead here. That's a lot this early on. They're winning 2 lanes, and Behemoth is doing fine bottom on top of that. It's really doing good for them.
See, Flux is up there too at 390 GPM, so wonder what kind of build. Again, if this, especially being BMG in their history, I would think he's going to like that Insanitarius here. Really get some good damage from Flux.
Being 400 GPM, I would assume so as well. He did finish a fortified Brazier, so even getting an Astro, but it looks like Tempest is going to go for that.
Oh yeah, so I guess just for the stats right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those fun teams too that has potential for everyone to actually want to get a portal key on the Hellborn side. They are all
Yeah, that's true.
realistic heroes for it, so it's that wombo combo, of course.
Yep.
The potential's there. Midas back to the middle lane, just trying to get what, well, he can. He's 0-2-0, only 160 gold per minute. Obviously hurt in there. Yeah, geez, that is not good. Him and Magnus both underperforming right now for them. So, Lord Salforus, I guess they're going to need him now to kind of. Well, I mean, I guess again, it kind of goes back to just they can be greedy. Just it's going to be on BMG now to take advantage of this lead they have and really now locking down the others too.
Yeah.
Since they've done it on the two important ones early on.
I've been watching mid a little bit, and he skilled his Q here at level 6. I think if he had one level in Q earlier, and then you max out W, then he could have been able to spam waves a little bit better, and then as a result have had a little bit better DPM sitting on something like Strider's Chalice now instead. But because he didn't, he's not max or pushing out waves and getting those creep kills. He's trying to outlast it a Flux, but Flux has 30 more auto attack damage, and that's not happening.
Yeah.
So he's missing a couple of those. I think he could do that to improve his GPM.
Well, this is going to help the GPM of BMG as a team there. Top tower goes down. Easy push in for them. No defense being put up there. And the Null Stone is almost really finished, actually, on Silhouette. He has a Glowstone now coming, so just needs that pattern here. We're only 9 minutes in. Already having that in Steam Boots. Pretty big deal. There's a portal key on Tempest. Wow. Very early portal key.
First item. Huh. I think they want to set up on what's it called, the Mage Bane bottom. That's the only thing that makes sense. He TP's down there. Maybe Fusion's gonna buy TP on him or something. Yep, there we go. And he's gonna come bottom with that. But right as he's pointing down here, Mage Bane's going to the jungle. It's the first time he leaves the lane, and then this happens.
Go figure, yeah. I wonder if that had to do with the top being pushed in, possibly.
Yeah,
He
it could be.
That they could be coming, kind of that hindsight there. Now he's going to go back in the lane here. If they're patient enough. Oh, Flux doing the pull, actually. He in the middle lane because he's trying to survive right here. He is going to go down. So 4 players, though, collapsing on top. But there's back to the bottom. Mage Bane. Oh, my God. He blinks away. That hurts. Oh,
yep.
That hurts BMG.
I think if B was a bit patient with his ulti, of course Mage Bane would hit him and drain his mana, but when Mage Bane blinks he gains magic armor for X amount of time. I think if he waited a little... No, it's actually for 7 seconds. Okay, never mind. So, that's not happening. But I thought if he waited, then he wouldn't have had that extra magic armor, and then they would have had the damage. But there was no way. It was just unfortunate, and Mage Bane farming on strength charts instead of agility made him survive there.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I say that as if like that's a huge loss for BMG. Obviously, they're still in a very good spot here. That's just like that could have really been like almost the nail in the coffin this early on in the game if that was able to come through. But they're still in a great spot now. This happens though. Maki goes down as he is collapsed on by both Mage Bane and Lord Salforus. So Mage Bane, not only does he not die, but he goes right back to farming, gets a hero kill. And so that Rune Cleaver, it's coming. It's going to come quickly here now at this rate. And yeah, you mentioned Flux going down too, so there's hope at least for LGT here, despite this really slow start.
I think if Magnus had a smoke there, then ran behind Flux, done ultied with Midas combo, they could have had the kill on him while they were going bottom. Could be a move here, but now everyone's missing from BMG, so you don't really want to initiate mid onto a Flux. So that's just way too risky, especially when he has the Mystic Vestment, 1300 HP.
Kind of grouping up a little bit down here at the bottom. Lord Salforus joining the Mage Bane and the Vindicator. Vindicator only level 4 though, so of course don't expect any ultimate from him. Totem, however, he could definitely use that here. Lord Salforus putting the ulti on the Behemoth actually. As the TP's coming in, there's a nice totem use, but not going to really matter. Flux, in fact, pulls them in, gets the kill on Lord Salforus. Vindicator also going to be picked off. Mage Bane, of course, able to blink away, but BMG definitely responding very well there. And they deny the tower on top of it.
I think LGT kind of underestimated the advantage that BMG has right now, and as a result, they're able to do that and actually gain 2 kills and while defending the tower, getting the deny. That's huge. It's a huge swing for them.
Yeah, 6,000 goalie now, 4,600 experience lead for BMG. Definitely things are looking bright for them and at least splitting this series here against LGT Gaming. So still plenty of game left though. Midas, ooh, he's walking around. Look at Behemoth though. It's like he kind of knew somebody was coming. I don't even know how he really did, to be honest, without being seen by them, but
it's definitely risky being here. Oh, he's gonna run mid. Oh, he's dodging though.
Oh god, okay, now he sees somebody, now he needs to get away. Well, okay, no, Temp is coming in, but he ran into a transmute! Oh no, Tiltic goes down as well. Here comes the eruption as well from Magnus. Unfortunately, really didn't do a whole lot of damage. As Flux is on the run now. The Undying's on him though. Is it going to be enough damage? It might actually with the Mana Rift. Oh my gosh, it's just enough. The Undying? Oh no, it is enough in the end. Auto attack by Masatoshi to secure the kill. I gotta say, this portal key on Tempest, I mean, it was a clever idea and it almost worked, but honestly, now we're seeing this snowball the other way. Like, that really slowed him down a farm that he was really having, and we see like what's kind of happening now here.
Well, it was just a play they didn't have to make at all. Yeah. I mean, if he had the Astro and they pushed the tower straight up, that would probably be a better idea compared to trying to be sneaky and set up a fissure stand behind the tower and then get a kill like that. They don't have to do that. They're not that far behind, so they can just push straight up. Of course, now they kind of gave a bit of the advantage away.
They gave a lot of the advantage away. I mean, it was like 6,000 gold lead,
6K.
And now it's like 2,000. So, and the experience
it's
obviously
down there too. It's a clean on mage pain now, actually.
Yep.
2 kills, and now he has that. He can do some good rotations here, actually farm out the Hellborn Angels now. Glacius has to be careful, actually. But I don't think mage pain's gonna do anything stupid here.
No. He just steals the Ancients and then goes back into his own jungle. Continues to farm. But yeah, I mean, this game has completely turned on its head, it feels like. It's LGT now has got a nice boost going for them, and you got to figure their ego's feeling pretty good, especially after that exchange right there. You got a level 6 Vindicator now, so he's got that final chapter if finding the time for it. So that's also something that Tempest has to keep it. So now that's interesting with Vindicator. So if you're Vindicator, like from here on out, is your sole purpose react to Tempest with that ultimate?
I think pretty much, yeah. Honestly, it has to be until he gets something like what's it called, Nullstone. He has to be that factor. Unless there's a silhouette who, if you silence him, you will get the kill on him. Then you can definitely use it. I think.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Or everyone's getting destroyed by Glacius ulti, but if that's happening, I mean, you're probably not gonna try to fight it. I think so.
That would be interesting. Yeah, so reacting to Tempest. And that also leads to the question, you brought up the interesting point about will he go for a Nullstone? Well, yeah, that's a choice now he has to make, especially going this straight portal key. It does kind of scream that he's kind of going for that all-in-ish, like I want to be a big ultimate, so having the Nullstone will, of course, be almost necessary if that's the case. It's a Vindicator. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, they just did the Ancients right there. Now Lord Force is going to get caught. There's a final chapter, though. Not going to be nearly enough for the save. And that will be the end of it. Now, he killed all the Ancients beforehand, so, again, not like the end of the world, but still a nice gank for BMG.
Oh, no, Mage Pain blinks in here. I think that's very risky. His teammate just died there.
Yeah, that's like almost, oh my gosh, and he jumps into Silhouette, and Masatoshi has no one but himself to blame but him. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I think he's so focused on just farming that he didn't really catch what was happening, maybe. I think that might be happening, and then, just blinks up, then his teammate's saying, yo, I just died here, get out, and then he wants to get out, but yeah, blink's too short there and right into Silhouette, so it's unfortunate for him. But nice from BMG, that's a good swing again for them. Getting the Mage Pain kill.
Yeah, it's almost like they got that lead that they had, before all that stuff started turning here, so kind of made up for perhaps that mistake of theirs happening, and now Silhouette pushing out this middle lane. There's a Flux pull, they're just a little too far though. Well, maybe not. Behemoth will change that. Here comes Tempest, Elemental Void. No, he's not going to use it. However, Lord South Force is dropping pretty quickly here, and he does go down. So, get a couple of kills. Eruption from Magnus. He kind of went in, but not really a lot of damage, and they were already retreating themselves. So, another kill happening for BMG. They get the tower, and yep, now they're back to actually their biggest lead of the game here. Up to about 7,300 or so, but you see Silhouette, the Portal Key Nullstone, another 2,200 on top of that. He's already farming so much here at this point of the game, and ooh, he goes.
He hasn't died yet. He's just benefiting from the fights and the farm he has everywhere. And, yeah, that's not a good sign for LGT, but they still have that Mage Bane.
Yes,
he's doing pretty well at the same time. 490 GPM, it's not too shabby. And Magnus has the Portal Key with and Midas as well. And you know, with the Vindicator ulti, they can possibly go in and make some plays, some ganks happening, and looks like they're trying to here, trying to find the Silhouette.
Magnus at the top lane. You do see he's almost signed a bait right here. He's very close to level 11 actually. He's going to be just shy. Needs another creep wave here, but Silhouette is going to start farming it now. Her illusion is not up currently. This should be a kill. Yep. They catch Balthazar, so good catch. From the
And this is what happened to us when they had those two heroes. Then all of a sudden these guys just start to make some really good rotations.
Oh my gosh, Mage Bane, by the way. That final chapter though, wow. That was a big final chapter because that fissure was coming to secure the kill, but he was unable to. That was a huge reaction.
I didn't catch it, but well played there.
Yeah, it's
they're also gonna get the top. It looks like BMG wants to fight, but Tempest has the ultimate.
and obviously, yeah, they know final chapter's down too, so not gonna happen though. And free tower kill.
That voice scared him off, so that's good for them. They didn't have the time to set it up, the time that they wanted. And yeah, so that's pretty good. Mage Bane living, they get the kill in Silhouette, and they get the tier 1 top, and a little bit of a swing in their favor. It's a little bit back and forth here.
It is, yeah. This is definitely one of those bouts that, I mean, pretty similar to last game, to be fair. It was definitely one of those games as well for the most part. So, guess these two teams fairly evenly matched, apparently. Mage Bane running the same trap here. Behemoth and Flux earlier as well, but this time he's able to blink away before he gets jumped. As top lane, Tempest being dove, but here come the TPs. You see immediately Magnus and Midas are like, oh crap, we need to run. Unfortunately, Magnus, he cannot get out of there. He's playing Distractor for the getaway of Midas, who does get away. Now, they saw Lord South Force coming up here with the discharge, but of course he has an invis, so only saw him for a couple seconds, so they figure he's somewhere here, but...
I think he's looking for Tempest.
Oh my gosh, he's going to get him. Yeah, that's a kill. Dead Tempest, and now he's going to tablet away. Can he actually escape is the question. Third stun. Here comes Behemoth. More stuns. As Flux also joined in.
I think that's a mistake. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Not that it mattered at all, but a good response. It's definitely a risky play to go for. If he wanted that to succeed, I think he needed to tablet to the jungle and then TP right away.
Well, Silhouette, oh my gosh, she's still hanging around. Oh, that tree grapple. And she actually is able to portal key. That timing was perfect. So, gets away there. I was going to mention, though, what was I going to mention? Oh, yeah, Tempest does buy a Shrunken after he dies there. But they still have, of course, the very important final chapter that can stop it. And they actually have Mana Rift, technically, if they need to. So, still a couple ways.
Yeah, that's true. But, yeah. I think he's going to go for the Nullstone next. But you're not sitting out with Mana Rift on Mage Bane. Like, you're in there doing damage. And sure, if you can cancel it, like, if there's a chance to. But I'm pretty sure Tempest wants to ulti you on Mage Bane and then kill Mage Bane, and then that's the way they win.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, the idea is still there, for sure.
Silhouette cleaning up the Ancients over here. Keeping our GPM high to 560. You see Mage Bane, though, he's definitely caught up fairly well. 525 now around there. Shield Breaker level 3 on Silhouette is just around the corner, I think. He doesn't have it yet. Ooh, double damage rune here as well, so be able to bottle that up.
I wonder if they want to go for a Congo with that, but she probably wants shield breaker free for that to go fast enough, and she actually has it here. So if she gets a full bottle, they could go for Convoy if they D-ward around Roach or Convoy. Puts a ref ward down, but the water side just out of range of it. Tiltcooks.
Oh, yeah. Yep, right on the outskirt. So not going to be able to see it there. Geometer Spain finished on Mage Bane, placing an aggressive ward here at the top side. So here goes that Conqueror, though. Double damage silhouette. And a level 3 shield breaker. Yeah, that's going to be a fast Conqueror kill.
I think Legion should expect it. I've seen. No, Silhouette blinked in there. I'm not sure how Flux got in there, so they have only seen Tempest and Behemoth run over here. And that looks like a gank, so they're just dodging it. I don't think they know Conqueror's being killed here.
Wow, and yeah, Glacius also died, nearly died at the top lane, but actually, well, lives, of course. So that's a little bit of a distraction there on top of that. So yeah, a good swing there for BMG. Back once again for them. Veiled Rot used immediately after. Now they're looking to make a play happen here as Bad Monkey Gaming. Maybe the top lane, Mage Bane, Midas, and Vindicator all up here. I mean, want to dive this Glacius, but you got to think there's going to be reaction if they do.
Yep.
Oh, no, Vindicator.
Oh, Vindicator. Yeah.
Oh, and he used Ultimate. Oh, my gosh. Maybe that was for over here, to be fair, as they were trying to kill this Behemoth who caught him on the Vindicator Ultimate now. Oh, Tempest, I should say. That's not a Vindicator. Anyways, they lock him down and easily kill Mage Bane.
Yep. And yeah, Behemoth also used as well, but you need to get that kill. You can't allow him to blink out. And yeah, huge lead again here for BMG, increasing it after the token kill. Oh, Silhouette.
Nice snap of the kill from Silhouette right there. He doesn't have his illusion up. Oh, wow.
And he's fine.
Really, he's going to live.
Yeah.
Saves the token here. And, oh, well, that'll work too. Just
that's the region. Okay. Yeah, it seems like everything's going BMG's wave after that combo kill.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like LGT can't really fight them because you can't fight into that token. So they're playing really passive and can't really help each other at the same time. So, yeah, they're getting picked off and BMG is just pushing and finding the kills they want here. And, yeah, increasing the lead.
Behemoth getting a very aggressive ward down there, or in the middle lane, I should say. Silhouette does push out the secondary bottom tower. And is going to join the rest of the team here in the middle now. So, yeah, as far as Team 5 being ready for the Legion side, I mean, Vindicator Ultimate, final chapter now for another 20 seconds here. So at least going to be the secondary middle tower. Again, with that token still for another 250, so BMG has some decisions to make here. It looks like they might stick around a little bit, kind of do a fake fallback here. See if they can bait anybody out, but Silhouette, another 3,600 gold saved up, so she's now...
I'm not sure what Mage Bane bought. I think he bought something. He has 31 gold. I don't think that fits with his GPM and his items for 25 minutes. I think he bought something.
Yeah. Chicken's coming out here, yeah.
Maybe a Shrunken Head. I'm not sure.
Maybe, yeah. No, I don't know actually what he would have bought here. I'm trying to think that, like, would he need a Shrunken anything against these guys?
I mean, it's not good against Silhouette, but it's pretty good against the rest. I guess Flux also deals damage to him. But yeah. I think he kind of has to, but at the same time, like, you don't want to get stopped by Glacier's Freeze. That's just really silly. But you have to Geometer Spain for that, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe he just needs to go damage, and then they need to kill people with really good Magma's ultimate and Midas ultimate, and you have the Vindicator to follow that up in case you kill enough people. Mm-hmm. But then you need something like a Wing Bow, or like he needs HP. Maybe the Frostwolf Skull would be a pretty good fit here.
Yeah, that could be a pretty good pickup for him, preventing some kite as well with the use of it. So this looks like Swagsta here on the Lord South Forest. Timing out, so going to wait for him to resume. Taking a look at the other series, it looks like it's probably over. Let's take a look at game 2. So Fresh won the first game, and they do win the second game as well. Okay. A little bit longer, both of them. Well, not really too long, but pretty average games, about 36 minutes or so. But in the end, Fresh coming out on top, so they'll get another 3 points right there. What does that put them? That'll put them at 8 points now, so they're going to be tied with Pingu Dancers at 8 points with the same exact record. And don't they play tomorrow? They do. Oh, that's interesting. So Fresh and Pingu Dancers actually play for the final match tomorrow, and they're both at 8 points in that 4th place spot. So that's going to come down to that final series, possibly.
That's pretty interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, there are still other matches to be played, so it's not. Might not be that same storyline at that point, but I mean, they're going to be tied no matter what going into that final game. So
yeah,
it's just a matter of what it means.
I think BMG still have a couple of games. They can manage to tie this one. I'm not sure how many points they can actually get, but it's still possible, I guess.
So that would put them at 4 points, and they have 2 more matches, so you get 6 possible from that, so it'd be 10 total. So yeah, I mean, with how things are lining up right now, technically still in top 4 range. They get a win here. LGT, they have 5 points now at least, and so kind of the same thing for them, as they would have 1 more match to play though. So actually, yeah, LGT needs a 2-0 here to have a chance at top 4. Now that I'm actually looking at this.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they need to go 2-0. But on top of that, then they would have to 2-0 Sync Esports tomorrow. So not an easy task.
It's looking rough for them here, especially with them being behind right now. Yeah.
But hey, not being bottom 2 is also a good thing, especially for a new team here tonight.
Yeah.
And
it's also yeah, there's a lot more money in this cycle compared to all the other ones, and just getting that 5th, 6th spot is definitely better than 7th, 8th. Not to talk about the relegation matches as well.
Absolutely. So several things to definitely play for here. Okay, but back to this game now, as obviously we've resumed action. Got Magebane scouting out with these illusions. Okay, so it was just a Mighty Blade here to Magebane, so really no certain. As bottom lane, that is Silhouette, I want to say. Yeah, they do kill her. The token going to be used. They did lose Magnus in response. They kill Behemoth as well. And Silhouette back up now. She does a quick swap, though, and actually takes out Lord Salforce. And she's just so strong. Wow. Basically just jumps on Vindicator, and he's dead instantly. So hat trick for Baltazar.
Yep. I mean, a little bit of assistance from Maka there. He can almost 1v5 the team there. Also, well played. Gets 3 kills. He did have a token, though, but I think they used everything to kill him there on that token. So, yeah, I think if they were a little bit Midas, though, really unfortunate that he blinked on top of the rest, because then B had that 3-man ulti. That was huge.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's a comfortable carry on Baltazar, kind of like Screams for nowadays, it definitely would have to be Silhouette, and so he most certainly got the comfortable carry hero this game, and obviously showing why perhaps teams even banned it against him initially. So 700 gold per minute performance. Yes, now it has that Wingbow mentioned delivered, so that's something else on top of it. Level 21 too. Oh my gosh, this Vindicator, he died quickly last time. He's going for Magebane though. Not going to be enough damage up front. They didn't have the lockdown. As Magnus comes in with the Eruption, they might kill Silhouette here. No, he's able to grip away and survive, but both carries.
They didn't have anything to cancel the Nullstone on her, so if they had that, I mean, Magebane could have ulted her from the last hit there, but no one was nearby.
Oh, look at this, though. He comes back in with the illusion after regenning a little bit, so obviously a good power of Silhouette. And he can do that so efficiently. One of his massive strengths. And he's back in the fight, ready to go. Down here at the bottom, again, Behemoth is hanging around nearby with that Portal Key Shockwave ready, so even though they're like he's not dying or like no one's really dying down here, he's doing so much because it's distracting this Legion team this whole time.
They all sit here.
Like
Tempest is farming and Flux is just farming as well.
Their ancients are being stolen here by Flux. So, yeah, very worth it there by Silhouette.
Definitely. They're just increasing the lead here. It's definitely 18,000. I mean, I'm not sure actually. What is like the biggest comeback lead or comeback? Like,
well, there's
you know,
that.
you've been behind and then.
There's a really memorable one, that Moon Queen comeback. I forget exactly the teams that were in it, but it was like a 30,000 golden experience lead that they came
Oh, that was a
back from.
pre-nerf Moon Queen, maybe.
That was pre-nerf Moon Queen. Yeah, no, that was a while ago.
Oh yeah, now yeah.
Did we?
I've actually seen that one on YouTube. I think like kind of that flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
So
definitely
like 30K is kind of the top mark, I guess.
God, didn't we have one recently? Like, I want to say we had one fairly recently. Like, in these last 2 cycles, even. Maybe somebody in chat could bring it up, but I would have to look through. I think there was one again fairly recently. It's Mage Man, by the way, bottom lane. He's dead. They caught him at the tower, and he just melted. He doesn't have a buyback actually.
That's
So
1 minute. Yeah. Usually you should expect that, the enemy carry has a buyback, especially in a game like this. But so they might not do too much with it, but they could push. But I think they're just content farming.
yeah.
It's 23K now. Seems like, not only a minute ago I said 18K.
Yep. Yeah. No, this doesn't feel like a game that they're going to be able to come back from. Talking about that subject, it's usually in those games it's like at least that one here, like they have like a silhouette or a Moon Queen pre-nerf or just that hero that's just doing so well, that hard carry like a Dark Lady, that just the team's just not doing that great around him for whatever reason, and they can manage to come back. But yeah, I mean, Mage Bane most certainly is a very late game hero, but he's not really doing enough here to be that threat.
That's true. Yeah, he needs a couple items. That's definitely, and his team needs something as well. But I feel like right now the best comeback hero might be Sandwave, just because of that mark and the comeback potential. The enemy team might get a little bit sloppy and start farming by themselves, and then that's where that hero has potential to come back. But yeah, okay.
Lord Zelforus using the Veiled Rock, going towards bottom. They want to kill this behemoth down here who's just kind of pushing in the bottom, but as they go for it, he's already falling back. So again, more of just the distraction here from BMG. The experience in gold is just getting even further, just simply because LGT has to feel like they have to defend for most of this game here at this point, especially at this bottom lane. Now they're looking, maybe trying to find somebody. Silhouette has a double damage rune over here. They're going to catch her, actually, but Behemoth is nearby. He tries to stun, but no, the final chapter comes out. But Tree Grapple, the Mana Rift mid-Tree Grapple secures the kill. That looked pretty. And they kill Silhouette, actually.
Yep, so 1 step on the way here.
Yeah. 1 step of many that they have to go for.
Yeah, it's also a risk they take. I mean, they don't know where the rest of the Hellborn heroes are. If there was a Tempest nearby after you use that Vindicator ulti, you get punished, but you have to take risk at this point. Just hope that they don't have it, because they wouldn't have killed her without using it.
Uh-oh, Mage Bane, he's caught over here. Elemental Void, there's a Meteor. No, they couldn't get close enough. The pullback in from Flux, but Tempest was already running away. That was miscommunication, but Behemoth is like, don't worry, guys, I got your back. They kill Mage Bane. Magnus, he's still on the run, barely alive. Teltuk, he comes in. He will finish off Magnus, and now Midas has to try to get away. So they're just chasing. They're doing all this without a Silhouette, remember. That's just how strong their team as a whole is. Wow, that Enrage was so much damage.
Yeah.
Not enough for the kill, but yeah, it was damn close.
I feel like Teltuk is just threatening to ulti all the time, but doesn't do it.
They're just waiting for it.
He had the Midas, and I think, who else was it? Magnus there, but he chose not to again.
Well, ends up maybe not ulting, but again, they get a couple of kills out of it, and now Silhouette's back up.
Spyglass gonna have the second win here. So Glacius picked it up. Could be another 100% here.
Well, so, I mean, yeah, did he get it the... yeah, he was the one that picked it up the last series that we mentioned before they just... So Fusen actually likes this item. All right. That's something to note. I mean, Fusen's one of these guys that definitely, like, really analyzes the game. So if he's picking up this item, then I think there's something to it. There's,
So that can hit buildings from downhill, I guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah. There's so much gold. It's a ton of gold.
Well, no, how much is it? Its Spyglass is what, 2,600?
16 something.
Is it 16 even?
1750.
Where the hell is Spyglass? Initiation. Interesting. 1750. Okay.
I mean, if you get 1750 gold and Glacier's hard support, usually you want to save a bit more for the portal key. Of course, he has that too, but I would have gone for staff for sure. But, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of a weird build-up too,
off
isn't
an
it?
Astro.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, with just damage, not a support. But so what? So yeah, it basically reveals the towers and allows you to not miss them as well. On
It
the
gives
uphill
the target
attacks.
true strike, right? So you can't miss, I believe.
Unused supplies, so True Strike and reveals enemy buildings within 900 radius. Okay.
So you're able to siege within, and I guess you're good against the wing bow as well.
Wait, so the True Strike is just for him?
Oh, it's just for Glaciers?
According to the tooltip, that's what it suggests.
I
Just
haven't
you.
bought it, so I haven't looked much into it, but
Yeah.
Okay. Because then,
Wait, so
yeah.
why the hell does he have this then? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's just you, that seems silly. I mean, I guess it reveals the towers for the team, so that's good, but the True Strike is just for yourself. I don't know, that's weird.
When the tower's hitting you, then you can see the tower and then you can hit it. So
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Unless you want to buy another parasite and start sieging base, I don't know. Mage Bane is pushing top, but they're losing 2 set of racks in the process. He just killed the tower.
Okay, they're going to jump right here, actually. Flux got fairly low, but the Elemental Void hits. Midas and Vindicator. He already used his final chapter. They get a hat trick out of it. As you mentioned, Mage Bane's like, don't worry, guys, I got the melee racks. Meanwhile, their base is falling apart. They're going to be down 2 sets of racks now. Behemoth even going in further, distracting the rest of them. So Mage Bane ports back. They might catch Silhouette, actually. Nope, the portal key's going to be fine for now. Tempest, he is caught. The Silhouette going to try to save. Glacial Downpour actually doing a good amount of damage here, but eventually gets caught and killed. So they lose Tempest and Glacius, but the rest get out, of course.
2 racks for 1. Yeah, I mean, considering the position they're in, it's not too shabby, but they're still, on a losing path as it is right now. It does open up potential for some kind of backdoor play. That could be an option. Someone buy Bulwark, Mage Bane go backdoor, kill those towers. He has a Geometer's Bane, buy some kind of stat items, so the illusions are that much stronger, and try and see if you can cancel some TPs if BMG groups up and tries to push your base.
Middle lane, they're going to catch Behemoth here.
Right.
All right.
Not a good kill. I mean, 3 people are dead still.
There's some kind of hope.
Brand, so he's going for the Frostwall Skull. So he's still pushing bottom though.
That's an illusion now, yeah. Did swap out 8,400 gold. What on earth? Try something, man. He's got an item slot still. Okay, yeah. It's going to be a Genjiro.
Right.
So, how's that now?
Can't argue with that. Surprised he doesn't have a Geometer's Bane yet. But, of course, they can't use the Shield Breaker proc, but now he has the Genjiro and the Wing Bow, so those illusions are pretty strong.
Oh, top rune area. Look at this. Invis Lord South Forest is here. But in the end,
it's running over. Yeah.
Nothing coming from it. Frost of Skull and Flux. 3,300 more gold saved up. So Boxy's got potential to really dish out some decent damage here. Souls be very tanky because Mage Bane kind of pushing out the middle now. That Frost of Skull is in the works for him.
Boxy's had a good game from the get-go, basically. It's doing pretty well, 550 GPM with Flux. I mean, they have been ahead for a long time, and they've been able to just farm, but still impressive.
Resto Stone on Behemoth. Almost finished for Make. Now the double lockdown there, double ulti even. As there's the Null Stone for Tempest. Has that here, so another 2,000 gold just about saved up. Maybe the Resto Stone next for him.
Now they cannot cancel him. Mage Bane is trying to backdoor here. Catapult just spots him though. But I think that's what he wants to do. No, he's porting back actually. Okay.
Oh my gosh, they're going actually. Eruption in. They get the quick kill on a Behemoth. Tempest also getting pretty low off the bat. Silhouette, though, she's holding a ground, but the Mana Rift, and she's dead all of a sudden. What a catch there from LGT. They completely caught them off guard. Flux is still well alive, though. He gets a double tap. I say that, and now actually MageBane putting in some good damage. Actually, he's going to blink away, though, as he had the support. Yeah, a couple of buybacks there coming out, including Balthazar, actually. Look at where it's Forest going back in. Tempest, the Elemental Void catches two. And that's not going to be stopped right here. However, the damage was nothing, as Magnus in the back row kind of distracted them. Glacius also going to fall. And Flux is almost dead. He does end up killing Magnus, but he manages to somehow live there. Another buyback? Jeez, yeah. Teltic buys back too. Wow. Well, LGT, I mean, this is still a chance.
There still is, yeah. That's a pretty good idea, you know, initiating early caught them off guard there. And it benefited them for sure. And Flux and Beam can't fight right now, so they kind of have to back off here and try and reset. That's pretty good for them. Good hold. I mean, it costs buybacks, but at the same time, Balthazar and Maki used one too. But the Magnus out of buybacks, so is Forest.
Yeah.
They're still in a really rough spot. I guess if you can choose one hero to have two buybacks on, it should be MageBane, right? So they have that going for them.
Well, 40 minutes into this game, obviously LGT hanging in there. I mean, it's a final game no matter what, but this is a comeback attempt here from LGT, and understandable why still hanging in there as they kind of showed that sign of life there. Kongor, you see area around it being controlled a little bit, so that could be very likely happening. Magnus finds an opportunity, going for Tempest here. There's the final chapter. Cancels any hope of saving him.
And he's dead for 80 here, actually. They could win a fight here somehow, you know. They're really in a good spot out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh, MageBane looking really aggressive. Again, Magnus follows it up. Flux does pull them in, though. Silhouette's able to hold it ground, and down goes Midas with a couple of auto attacks, it feels like. They do also pursue to catch on a Magnus and MageBane as well. So just as you're saying, if they could win a fight, well, unfortunately they don't.
I think there was a chance, though. I like the idea of going for more kills, honestly. If they could somehow manage to get a genocide there so close to the Hellborn base, they could all of a sudden, you know, start honestly hitting the throne almost, or at least getting another set of frags. But they lose that fight, as they arguably should in this deficit. And BMG starting to push the last set of frags now. So that coming in with the Kenjiro.
I think Fusin has officially made a point that it was a bit of troll here. He's got a second one, and he's going for a third. Okay, so yeah, Spyglass, not so good. I think that's kind of the meta here that Fusin's going for. Of he's trolling, picking it up to make a point that it's useless.
Yeah,
I think we've established that. Anyways, GG well played. BMG is going to come out victorious. Again, a valiant effort from LGT Gaming, but it will be coming up short here. So they do end up with a split here in this series. And like we're talking about, you know, things are really shaping up. Very interesting going into our final day now here of the group stages. So, but yeah, your final thoughts on that game and series here before we start the wrap-up phase?
Yeah, I think LGT lost the game because of that laning phase. They lost 2 lanes heavily, and you know, it's the greed is real here. We said that for the first game they played here today, and I mean it worked out. But this time BMG manages to punish it, and they take it home here. So 1-1 series, fun games all around for today.
Absolutely. So updating the points here now on the standings and everything. So just give me a second here, but yeah, LGT and BMG again splitting that series, so each getting the point out of it. And we'll see how things are looking now in just a second. But you know, really, it's going to make for a fun day here. It's said especially about that final match. Although you know, other matches may help determine what ultimately may happen there. But right now, I mean, it's setting up to be a case of that could determine a final spot in the group stage or in the playoffs for that matter. And I don't know if we've really ever had that here in these cycles where it's come down to the final match like that. So that would be pretty fun to say the least if that truly is the case, but again, we'll have to wait and see until tomorrow when that point hits here. But all right, I think that's good on the updates. Okay, so quick save here. So yeah, things again interesting here. I'll also take a look at the schedule for tomorrow to give you guys an idea of what we're